What's up, guys? So I had notes typed out for a whole video twice, but because of what happened yesterday on the Black the Anime server, both those ideas went to shit. Now I know the people I've been talking with want me to go to Lassen's school and contact the LGBT club leader and get him cancelled, but what I found out they're doing is way more important and way more illegal. So real quick, if you're new here, over the past few months, I've made 3 videos on Black the Anime that have, as of a couple days ago, got me to the literal top of the server. The reason for that is because Hiroshi Man, aka Lassen, doesn't care about anything or anyone but his pathetic excuse for a shitty anime. Or you know what, it's not even, it is a shitty anime. It's not even an excuse for one. He even told me that he wanted this video to come out because he likes exposure, but I don't think he knows what kind of exposure he's gonna get. I even told him what this video was gonna be about, and he didn't even care. He seemed to care more about the fried chicken he was gonna eat more than our serious conversation. But when I first got there, my intentions were to make a video on Season 2 and if it was less racist. I even told him that depending on how Season 2 comes out, will determine whether my video is a positive or negative one. Long story short, I got the Season 2 script from an outside source. Don't worry to whoever sent me that. Lassen said he sent it to everyone, so he didn't really care, but I did read through it, and while it does still suck mega gigantic donkey nuts, it's nothing like Season 1. Here's the bad news. I only found this out after finding out that Greg, or more so the guy who played Greg, was in a romantic relationship with a 15-year-old girl. And I know all of you are like, I knew it, but hold on. Let me tell you the whole story. So around the time I was making my second video, this girl hit me up on Instagram saying she had more information on Greg and asked if I was still on the server, to which I replied yes, and she's like, don't trust them, like just be careful, okay? I was an artist there and shit did not go well. And at the time, I was getting a bunch of DMs from different people saying the exact same stuff, so I didn't really think too much about it. Fast forward a couple weeks, and we're talking more because she was actually a Pureblood member and was telling me more about the server and the people who were on there. She started to let me know other things, but one thing was that she was in a romantic relationship with Greg. And when she said that, she didn't send any proof. I didn't ask for any. It was more like just, oh yeah, and me and Greg dated. And I was like, okay, not realizing that he was 18. Fast forward a couple more weeks, and here's where things start to go wrong, alright? So apparently this girl was suicide baiting Lassen to get roles and becoming an artist on the server, so I was told. So what they did was Megan found this girl's info from her mom's Facebook, had Shino call her mom, get her grounded, while also threatening legal action against her if she kept talking. While that is fucked up, there was nothing that could be done because the information was on a public Facebook. But what I found out they did next is inexcusable regardless of their ages, which are 15, 16, and 17. So about a week goes by and I'm chilling in one of the voice chats and the server gets nuked. I get over 1,000 notifications, they had to delete all the channels, and because of that, over 3,000 people also got banned. At the time, I didn't think anything of it, but then a bunch of people kept DMing me saying, what happened to the server? Did anything happen to the server? Why am I banned? And one of those people happened to be this girl, who I will actually call Emmy so I don't have to keep calling her this girl. But she messaged me, hey dude, did shit go down? A few days ago, Megan messaged me about Greg, same to Shino. And I'm like, the server got nuked, a bunch of people got banned, and also, there's still people messaging me on Discord wanting me to make an exposed video on Greg and Lassen. And then she messaged me, I can be your proof too, because I was literally groomed by Greg. And up until this point, we had taken it slow, meaning the way, or the information I was receiving, because I told her that I'm gonna add her story in on with the Season 2 video, but then she sends me screenshots between her and Shino's alt account, and I'm like, Season 2 could fuck off. M, promise me this, that you're not lying about Greg to make yourself look better. Just promise me this one thing, M. So basically, M told Shino what happened, and he wants to make sure that she's not lying. Remember that though. He knows what happened, and he wants to confirm it's true. The next message says, I'm not lying, I promise. Why would I do that? I know I've lied to you before, but this time I'm not lying about this. And then she sends these screenshots that are of Greg liking her TikTok, and one saying, you're my wife, in her DM. The next picture was Greg saying, I think I'm more into lingerie that teases, and she says, look closely in the vid, that's where the screenshot came from. Shino then says, okay, listen, I'm aware that he did that, but I do not think he sent anything to you, and please do not show me proof. It's just not something Greg would do. You need to let me know you were lying about that, M. So basically, this asshole is in denial and literally wants M to say she was lying just so he can feel better because he's an emotional little pussy. M then replies with, we just did stuff on FaceTime call. He showed me his dick. Please tell me you're lying. Just tell me. So she told him what happened straight up. Greg showed his dick and they did stuff on FaceTime. And instead of being like, yo, what the fuck? He's like, please tell me you're lying. She then says, I'm not though. Why? Are you like upset about what he did to you and that's why you would make these things up, Em? So again, Shino, this fucking asshole, will not accept what happened to her and instead is making it seem like she's the one who's lying because she's upset. And Emmy is just like, I'm not. It was consensual. He didn't force anything. Promise me, Em. It was consensual. I promise. And here's where the bigger problem starts, because he says, do me a favor, please tell Megan you were lying about it, do this one thing for me. So he's telling Emmy to lie about what Greg did to her to Megan so he can stay on the anime and not be kicked off for being a fucking pedophile. They then say, I'd prefer life where she would think you were lying, but I didn't lie. I know. No, I'm not lying. And when I read that, I got pissed off because at this point, Shino was telling me, without knowing that I was talking to her, that Emmy was this manipulator and that I shouldn't trust her. It even got to the point where he'd be sending me random messages like this during the day. Hey, I got a feeling Em will try and expose me. Go along with it. So already I knew just by how weird they acted whenever somebody brought up Emmy, something was up. Like I was talking to her at the same time these guys were telling me that she's crazy and a liar, and I'm like, dog, this dude wants Emmy to lie because he'd prefer life where she thinks you were lying. What? When I read that though, I immediately let her know that regardless of it being consensual, the fact that y'all showed each other your privates is still illegal. And then I said it's not your fault, I'm just letting you know it's fucked up what they did and what they are currently doing to you. I then asked if she still wanted me to make the video because this info could get Greg in a lot of trouble since he's denying all of it, and I asked her this on multiple occasions and each time she said yes. And after she said that, I'm like, alright, do you have any more info about anyone else who might know about what happened and they're hiding it? So, and then she sends me Megan's DMs from Instagram. And it says, I'm sorry for what Greg did to you, and I'm sorry I was forced to take his side knowing fully what happened. So she knows fully what happened. She knows everything. She then sends a couple of voice messages, and then I think asks for proof, and then gets sent this. In the corner, you see it says, I like lingerie that teases. The fuck, you're 15. What was going on through his head? And then here's a better view of the image that was sent to Shino also. They then continue talking, and Megan ends the conversation with this. Yeah, I think he wanted to continue it. I almost wonder whether he ghosted you because we were saying no to the relationship because of the age gap. So again, now we have two people who know exactly what Greg did and still choose to keep him on the anime, and on top of that, still choose to lie about Emmy and tell people that she's a manipulator. And so I told Emmy this. I'm like, not only are they making you out to be the bad guy, but they're also joking about this like it isn't something illegal. And that's when I confronted them, and I'm gonna condense all this information as much as I can and still give you what you need to know, but more has happened in these last 2 days than the whole 6 weeks I've been on that server. So when I confronted them, I let them know that Emmy had messaged me a week before I joined their server, and for the next 6 weeks, while they were lying, she was telling me the truth. I even sent them screenshots like this. And also the lingerie one, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why have you been telling people she's the bad guy when she's the one who was being groomed? And they're like, yeah, well, Greg denied everything and we need both sides of the story. And I'm like, what more do you need? You both admitted that you knew exactly what was going on, and I even asked her and she told me the exact same thing you guys said. She even had videos, DMs, screenshots, and all you could say was, oh no, that could be Photoshop. But when Greg says, oh, you know what? Nope, he denies it. You're like, yep, that's right. We don't need any evidence from you, fucking Greg. But they weren't giving up, so I went back to Emmy and I'm like, is there maybe a little more info you can give me about you two that would maybe convince them? Because they're not taking any of what I say serious at all. And she's like, near the beginning, I thought he was 17, but until Megan was gonna call me and ask for stuff, he told me he was 18. He used to tell me stuff like, I want to marry you and you have to be the mother of my child, like stuff like that. And I used to say it back because I felt the same way. So I'm like, thank you. Hopefully this will be enough to convince them. But it didn't. They said the same thing, and now they were saying that she was just doing this for clout. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? On top of all that, the way they keep this lie about Emmy going is that they give people high roles on the server to gain their trust, so that when they do tell them this lie about Emmy, the people who they gave the role to have no reason to not believe them. And I saw that happen a couple times but couldn't catch it. But then I saw it happening again and I'm like, it's go time. So there's this one girl on the server who I actually forgot if she said it was okay to say her name, but you'll know if I show it, but she was one of the people who was getting close to the admins to where they were dragging her into their private voice chats almost every day. So I message her and say, can I tell you something that you might want to know about Greg, since I hear that you're getting admin soon and you're going to get close to him anyways? And she's like, sure. And I tell her about what Emmy told me, what Shino's going to do, the whole story, even how they're going to lie about Emmy and what they're going to lie about. And I told her, just wait, because they will tell you this stuff. And lo and behold, a couple days later, I get this DM. He's lying about it. The Emmy thing? Mm-hmm. And then we said, they're still lying. Greg's here now. What are they saying about it? They're calling her a psycho bitch and that she's a liar. So now that I caught them red-handed in their own lie, I went back to Emmy and said, is there any last piece of evidence that you want to give me that proves that you and Greg were in a relationship? Because these guys are still denying it and they're now starting to lie to other people about who you are. And basically, what I'm going to show you is what I showed Shino, Megan, and Lassen, only to get denied for a fourth time. Before I do, I have to let you know who Greg really is for this whole story to make any sense. So first off, you won't believe how many people actually think Greg is a 34-year-old substitute teacher. I get DMs and people coming in voice chat being like, why does a 34-year-old guy work for you? And it's simple. They don't. Greg is this man right here, aka Tard, aka Marcos White, aka Narcos Isn't White. What I'm showing you right now, though, is one of the biggest, if not the biggest secrets they've been trying to keep. I mean, when I first got on the server, this is what Megan told me about Greg when I asked. He's proved to me that he's 34 before. So me showing you this is something they explicitly did not want me to show. They didn't even want me to say his real name, but he's an 18-year-old who had a romantic relationship with a 15-year-old to the point where they were masturbating on FaceTime together, and he denies all of it. And instead of going about this the right way, you lied to me, you lied to Emmy, you lied to who knows how many other people, and more importantly, you emotionally hurt Emmy by not letting people hear her side. And like I said, it's not like I tried to make these guys admit that they know what's going on by showing them foolproof evidence of what happened. I mean, look at this. I even showed them text messages, missed phone calls. I even sent them a video from where this screenshot came from.
I can't be slick.
And still nothing. All they said was Greg is denying all of it, and they basically wanted an actual dick pic for proof, which one is weird as fuck that that's the only kind of proof that's going to convince you. And two, I've been talking to Emmy for over a month, and she does not seem like the kind of girl who would take a random screenshot of someone's dick, and if she did, which I asked, she would have told me. Of course, I'm not going to ask for actual proof, but I asked, do you have any inappropriate pictures of Greg? And she said no. However, if you remember this screenshot, I basically asked her, after finding out that she had sent him an inappropriate picture, did he ask for it? And she said, yes, he used it as his wallpaper on his laptop. I don't know if he still has it as his wallpaper, but he told me he shared it with Lassen too, and it was of your chest. Sorry, my face isn't in the photo, but yes. So at this point, I don't even know what to do. I've gotten so much evidence against Greg, from screenshots to videos to DMs from Emmys, all that had that was talking with Greg. And I know these look weird because he didn't respond, but that's only because when they were on FaceTime or whatever, she couldn't talk, so she had to reply with a message while he talked over the voice chat. Here's even a screenshot of him actually replying to the account, just so you don't think she was talking to no one. And since I realized that none of the admins were caring about what I said, I started to slowly tell people on the server what my video idea was going to be about. That was my first mistake, because up until that point, nobody knew what my video was going to be on. If they asked, I just said season 2, but now I'm telling them that I'm going to make a video exposing Greg, and the first people I told are good. They didn't tell anyone. This next person, though, basically fucked everything up to the point where now they're doing something even more stupid to cover up what Greg did. So again, I saw another girl getting close to the admins, and I did the same thing. I'm like, do you want to know what's actually going on? And she's like, yes, and I told her, and I even told her to message Emmy. When she did that, though, I don't know what was going through her head, because here's one of the DMs she sent Emmy. Don't tell Soup Man. Why? I don't want to get banned. What do you mean? Don't tell him what? He asked me if you DM'd me. I said no, of course, but I ain't telling him what. And both me and Emmy were like, what the fuck? Yeah, she just told me you didn't message her. Don't trust her at all. But then I called her on Discord and we cleared things up, and it seems like she was on my side. She even sent me this message. I'm not on their side. I'm protecting this girl. She doesn't want anything to happen to fucking Greg, and she started fucking crying on VC. I was the first one to message her about all this. I know. And after I told her about my video that I was going to make exposing Greg, she proceeds to let all the admin know and blames it on her Tourette's, as if Tourette's makes you blurt out a whole fucking conversation. So I said, fuck off. Now I gotta do what I didn't want to do and talk to Shino and Megan up front and tell them what I'm gonna do in my video. And when I first did that, it was only Shino and Megan, and they were begging me not to show Marcos' real face or even say his name. And I'm like, well, I don't care. I'm gonna do that regardless. And then they're like, well, he's 18 and he has a future. And I work with kids, so it kind of got to me, and I'm like, look, I'll compromise with you. I'll show his face and I'll say what he did, but I'll let people find out his name some other way. And we all agreed, and they asked me when my video would come out, and I'm like, maybe around Monday. And we're like, all right, see you guys on Monday. But the next day, They put this bullshit fucking announcement for the whole server to see. Hello everybody, I am leaving the server. I committed a crime 5 years ago and I am finally being held responsible for it. I have been proven guilty during my court case and I'll be spending the next couple of years in prison. I've done voice acting for my characters 3 seasons in advance, so the show's production will go on, or will not be affected, but I will be gone. I am making Hiroshi-Man the owner of the server and he will continue to make the anime the best of all time. And I got to write about there and I just got fucking pissed. I went off on them. I'm like, not only am I now gonna show his face and his real name, but now you guys just fucked it up even more because there's more evidence of you covering up by making that bullshit announcement. And I told them this changes nothing. This shows that you care more about the reputation of a shitty anime than the feelings of an actual human. I even went in another voice chat with all 3 of them and they were like, yeah, Greg's gone for good. And I'm like, guys, I'm not fucking stupid. I know you guys did this to try to stop me from making my video, but they insisted he did, and I'm like, you know what guys, I'm done. You guys have no logic behind your reasoning. Hiroshi-Man really said to me that he doesn't think Marcos would have a relationship with Emi because she was unattractive. I'm not joking. He really thought the whole relationship didn't happen because Emi was unattractive to him. Not the person she was having a relationship with, but him. Which brings us to the present. As of right now, Marcos, aka Greg, is off the server. As for the 3 admins I was talking about, Hiroshi-Man doesn't take anything serious. He doesn't care at all about what happened to Emi. When I was on a call with him, he literally gave me the minimum of his attention. He even somewhat encouraged me to make this video, and that he swears he didn't know what was going on, but in the next sentence says that Marcos was one of his best friends. Hiroshi-Man most likely didn't know what was going on in the beginning, but he eventually did, and did nothing to stop it other than have his doubts about the relationship because Emi was ugly. Now let's go to Megan. When I messaged her, she was the one saying that all these pictures could be photoshopped and we need to hear both sides of the story because Marcos is denying all of it. And I'm like, well, isn't him denying it good enough? We have all this evidence against him and all you have is his word. And she's like, yeah, no, I need proof. Like, she was admitting that she knew what Greg did and that it was wrong, but she just wanted full proof evidence that it was true. So, to my surprise, she actually took some initiative and requested Greg's Snapchat and Discord information. And while this is very fucking stupid, Megan, and I hope you know that, what got Megan to believe that Greg was doing all this were these 2 messages from his Discord or Snapchat, whatever one. I need to take a shower. How about you? How much longer do you have to watch your brother for? She was literally saying, isn't that weird how he said, how about you? Like, who does that? And I'm like, yeah, wouldn't it be weird if he was telling someone what kind of lingerie he likes? That would be weird. But I would say Megan is the only one after our conversations who was like, you know what? Maybe what he did was wrong, and actually put a 4-page statement out and basically taking accountability for what she admits she knew. She takes accountability for what Marcos did. I'm not going to read it, just so long. I don't even know if she's going to send it to me, so I might not even put it up. She just made a 4-page announcement, and I'm like, go Megan. But Megan, while she did do fucked up things, she's probably the only one who wanted to make sure people knew she was sorry for what happened. She still only cares about the anime, but at least she owned up to what she did. And now, to finish off this shit stain of a video, let's talk about Shino. You remember him, the one who asked Emi to lie about what was going on. Shino is probably the worst person on this server. He was the one telling people the lies about Emi, and he was even threatening to dox people if they released any information. Like, this asshole was also the person in charge of looking over the voice actor and artist applications, and when people would literally come in a voice chat and ask him how can they apply, he'd be like, yeah, you could apply, but I'm most likely not going to look at your application. Like, this piece of shit really thinks he has some sort of power over you, not realizing he's the biggest simp ever. And I hate that word, but Shino is the literal definition of what that is. When all this shit started to go down, all he cared about was the girl he liked. Like, look what this little bitch send to my DMs. Alright, faggot, what do I do about Glappa? I'm being an idiot and she is going to leave, and it's my fault. Well, guess what? I hope she leaves, and I'm glad it's your fault. You have done nothing but lie, get caught, and then lie some more. Megan and Hiroshi-Man have also lied, but not to the extent that you have. And just to prove to you guys that Shino doesn't care about what he did to Emi and only the secrets he's hiding, Emi had the brilliant idea to make a deal with Shino to see what he says about me not making the video. And she says, we can say it was a lie, it was just a friend and I made up screenshots, which is the only problem. I think it's great Soup is making this video, but we don't want his face being leaked. And I didn't ask for you to blackmail know Greg, but here we are, and I didn't ask for you to ruin his relationship, but here we are. Okay, fine, I will meet with you, tell Soup you don't want his face being leaked, and that's how I'll know you're serious. And she almost believed it, and I'm like, wait, so I can show Greg though? Not Marco's face, only for now. So I can in this video or no? Okay, in this video, don't show Marco's face or his name so Shino can trust me. If I do meet up with Shino, I will know his info and what he looks like. And that's when I told her he's lying. He says he's gonna move, but he lives all the way across the country and was at Disney World 2 weeks ago. You don't waste money going to Disney World right before you're gonna move cross country. And thankfully, she's like, deals off, asshole. Which brings us to the even more present. If you forgot, this is Greg, aka Tard, aka Marcos. This is the guy who is having a relationship with a 15-year-old girl and when confronted with evidence, denied it ever happened. His closest friends on the server helped him hide it for weeks, and still, even after being caught red-handed, or even no, your whole arm was just red, they still choose to play stupid games, and now you're fucked. Megan is the only one who seems to be serious about it seems like, and as I was finishing these notes, I noticed Shino said something about my video, and I'm like, people are gonna fucking hate you after this video. That's the idea, Soup. I made people hate. That shouldn't be. He thinks Shino is a character and wants me to let you know that. But no, that's you. You're a guy who defended a pedophile and did everything to keep it hidden. Hiroshiman is on the same boat. Like, when you talk to him, you can literally tell he's in denial and just won't admit what happened or take anything serious at all. He really thinks the anime is gonna go back to normal after what I just told you, and he really thinks that you guys believe Greg is actually gone. You know how good you guys are at keeping secrets? You're not, because Shino was in a call with Greg last night, and this random FaZe Domino account, which said, y'all realize when Greg's redemption arc begins, most of the mods are getting banned. Nobody on the server likes Greg, and you guys are the only people who call anything an arc. But yeah, guys, that was the condensed version of all the info I was able to uncover. They still, to this day, do not care about what they did to Emmy, or even seem like they're gonna care, except for Megan. Lassen was actually mad this video didn't come out yesterday so he can gloat about it at school, and Megan just wants me to stop messaging her about this. I will, only if you say the N-word for me. Also, I did make a Discord because I am leaving the black one just because when I upload this, I can't stay there. I am on good terms with Megan because we talked and she's in my server and she helped me, but I cannot stay on a server with Shino and Hiroshiman. As for Emmy, I am sorry for what happened to you, and I am sorry that I have to be the person to tell your story. Not a good storytelling face, especially when I've been making jokes for 179 videos straight. I'm glad I could help though. But seriously though, thank you, Emmy, for being brave and letting me share your story. And I hope Greg gets what he deserves. Marcos White, you know what the fuck you did, and it's disgusting that you're denying it. And what's funny is that when Emmy was talking about you, she did not talk shit about you at all. In fact, I actually kind of felt for you until I started realizing that you just don't take accountability for anything. As for Lassen and Shino, I hope the worst comes to you guys. And I don't like wishing bad things on people, but you guys deserve it. You have shown no remorse for anything you have done, and will continue to do that as long as your anime gets any sort of attention. But yeah, guys, fuck Black the Anime, join the Soup Station, and also a special thank you to everyone who helped me and did not tell anyone about my plan. Cheesy Yoshi, MFSSYL aka Doom, Everything or Anyone, Big Floppa aka Big Flopper, Stone Cold aka Monkey Mode, Apple Slices, Vidal, Chatham, Lamar, Quackhead, Tria, Vanek, Kunsan, Mrs. Dumbass, Brock, Peak, Caitlin, Camilo, Anal, Dacus, Kumja, and Phantom Kai. I'm sorry if I missed any of you, but DM me and I will leave a comment and pin it with everyone else who I missed who helped. Next video is the 10K subscriber special, but don't let that distract you from everything I just told you.
It's not even, and
Greg,
it's more, it's like a statement.
dude, no, Greg, you fucked it up. It's over. Don't do it.
I
No.
didn't.
Listen,
It's
man,
more of a,
it's over. You fucked up. All right, there's nothing else to say here.
you'll see.
Even an apology, there's no
You'll
going back from
see.
this, Greg.
Oh my god,
fucked up.
you're assuming, dude. You don't have, oh. You'll see.
There's
You'll
more
see.
evidence to prove than there is to disprove, dude. I'm sorry.
Oh, we'll see about that. I got a ton of evidence on my side.
On your side, how? How do you
Yes.
defend Discord
You'll
villains?
Oh my fucking god! You'll see. You'll all see. And then Black will become the best anime of all time.